Oh, does this smell good? Oh my goodness, guys, I didn't even know you were here. Hi, welcome back, readers. I gotta tell ya, we've been doing so much learning about author's purpose being as easy as pie. And we've been working so hard on these reading lessons that I just had to celebrate by baking an apple pie, and I was just about to eat it before I saw you guys come on here. I'll put it off to the side. I can hold off on a few minutes before I enjoy my apple pie. Let's go ahead and get started with our lesson here, shall we? To prepare for this lesson today, you will need to have a printout and a cutout of these cards: persuade, inform, entertain. Or if you don't have these, you can simply write persuade, inform, entertain on a sticky note or on a note card. Press pause, go ahead and get prepared. I'm going to take a bite of the pie while you're doing that. Okay, we're back. We're back together. Boys and girls, we've been learning about how authors write to persuade. They write books to get us to think about or to do something. Authors write to inform, to give us information. And authors write to entertain, to make us enjoy the book that they wrote, enjoy the story that they wrote. Boys and girls, in today's activity, I am going to start by showing you the cover of a book. Now, we're not going to read through all of the stories. I'm just going to show you the cover of the story. It is your job to figure out, just by looking at the cover of the story, if you think that the author wrote this text to persuade you, to change your mind or make you believe something, inform you about a topic, to teach you facts about that topic, or to entertain you so that you would really enjoy the story. Let's practice together. I'm going to start with the books that we already did our reading lessons on. So let's go back to the story with Luke. Not for me, please. I choose to act green. In our previous lesson, we know that the author wrote this book. Why? Hold up the card that you think describes why the author wrote this book. Persuade? Did you get it right? Yep, because you remember back to when we did this lesson together. The author was persuading us to go green, and we know that based on the information that we learned about plastic and how it's affecting the wildlife. Nice job, boys and girls. Let's look at our next story. Arthur Turns Green by Mark Brown. Why did the author write this story? Just by looking at the cover, what are you thinking? Hold up your card. Entertain? You got it. Let's go back to one of my favorite books from our other lesson. What a Waste! Trash, Recycling, and Protecting Our Planet by Jess French. What's the author's purpose of this book? Now, you're probably remembering back to some of those pages that we read together. And if you're holding up inform, you are correct. You got it, my friends. You remember how this book is full of facts. It's also persuading us to get us to act green and make changes in our life. But the main reason is to teach us so many facts. We're on a roll. Let's continue. Remember when I was enjoying this book so much? Fancy Nancy. I was getting inspired and I dressed up all fancy for you. Fancy Nancy, Earth Day is every day. We know, hold up the card, that the author wrote this book to entertain us. Yes, we learned some facts about how we can help the planet, but the main reason was to entertain us. Now let's get to some new books. I Can Save the Ocean. Oh, by the way, this book is made. Pages are printed on 100% recycled paper. What do you think? I'm guessing just by the cover alone that the author wrote this book to persuade me to do something so that I could help save the ocean. I'm probably going to learn some facts in this book as well, but the main reason probably is to persuade me. And yes, I'm probably going to enjoy this book too, and I know that because I see a little monster there. Do you see, boys and girls, how one book, the author can have multiple purposes for writing the book? There's not just one correct answer. It could be more than one answer. What about this book? One Plastic Bag. I'm going to take a peek at some of the rest of the pages here. My guess, by looking at the pictures, I'm going to infer that the author wrote this book just by looking at the pictures to persuade me to maybe stop using plastic bags and maybe instead switch to reusable bags. That's my guess. What about this story? Earth Day Hooray by Stuart Murphy. What do you think? These kids in the story called Earth Day Hooray, what do you think the author wrote this purpose? What do you think is the author's purpose for writing this story? What do you think is the main reason? My guess is I'm going to learn some facts about recycling and helping the environment. I'm also thinking that I am going to be entertained when I read the story. Fly Guy presents Garbage and Recycling by Ted Arnold. We love Fly Guy books. I'm going to take a sneak peek. What do you think? Definitely learning some facts here. I can tell that I'm going to learn some information that maybe I didn't know. Most trash ends up in the country's landfills. Do we think that it might be teaching us some facts and also entertaining us? I think so. Greta and the Giants, inspired by Greta and her stand to save the world. Here she is with a sign that says, "Strike for climate. Listen." Looks like it's telling the story of a little girl who lived in a forest. And it might look to be somewhat entertaining, but I'm wondering if there's a deeper message here. I'm wondering if there's going to be a deeper message in the book about what happens if humans continue to make harmful choices that destroy the forest. I'm wondering if maybe the author will want us to stop doing some harmful things that harm our planet. So maybe persuade. Heal the earth. Heal the earth. gonna take a peek here. And it looks like it's a picture book. It's talking about how Earth is divided into continents. And how on our planet, our beautiful planet, there's some parts that need some healing. And so it looks like the white feather flyer is going to go to those spots to heal the earth and its people and its animals and to make some stops there. Press the hospital button. Now, boys and girls, I'm not going to read this beautiful book. I do have a video where I do read the book. I'll put the link for that. However, if I go to the back, the end of the story, let me see if you can figure out what the author's purpose might be. If we can all work together, we can make our planet better. What do you think? I think the author's message, first of all, is we need to do something. We need to work together to make the planet better. So she wants us to know something as a result of reading the book. She's probably trying to persuade us to do something and to think about something. Did I enjoy reading this story? Will you enjoy reading this picture book? It's a beautiful book. You will love it. Yes. There was definitely more than one purpose for the author to write this book. And boys and girls, that's what we learned today. By looking at the book covers and diving deeper into some of those pages, we learned that the author has a message that he or she wants us to know. There's a message that they want us to know. And there's a purpose for why they wrote that story. And there could be more than one purpose for writing that story. Your job as a smart, strong reader is to figure out what the author's message and the author's purpose is. Boys and girls, it is your turn. It is your turn to start your reading time for today. As you are reading today, I want you to open up your reader's notebook, take out your sticky notes, and I want you to jot down the book that you are reading, the author of the book, and I want you to write down what the author's purpose is. What is the author's message, maybe, that he or she wants you to know about after you read that story? I want you to write that down in your reader's notebook and be prepared to share that. Now, I have to tell you, when you're doing that reading, I'm going to start to eat my apple pie. I got so hungry from all this teaching and learning that we've been doing together about author's purposes as easy as pie. I'm going to go enjoy my pie, boys and girls, and you go enjoy your books.